right? Everything is fine so far? Hey, Taz, welcome aboard. Perfect. All right. So as I was saying, that Amazon Connect is basically a contact center solution from Amazon, designed to provide omni-channel collaboration, cloud-based contact center. The whole idea about this was to design a solution pretty much for any scale organization, for as small as one person agent to hundred thousands of agent. And Amazon Connect was designed for that with the cloud in mind. So with Amazon Connect, is pretty much designed to be a call center, right? And it's quite easy, but then again, there's a lot of complexity involved in it as well. But at the end of the day, what is AWS is trying to do is trying to provide you a platform that is easy to manage, easy to configure, and easy to administer. So I'm going to walk you through some of those configurations to show you exactly how it is being done. But obviously, there's a lot more that you may need to learn, if you want to get expertise on that. Now, Amazon Connect is gaining a lot of momentum right now, especially for small to mid-sized organization, because it's quite cheap. Pretty much no investment required for you to build a call center. You can set up a call center in a matter of like 5 minutes, and there's no capital investment, right? So a lot of for a lot of companies, um, what happened is, to deploy any solution, we always have to look at capital costs, and the capital cost could be $20,000, $5,000, whatever that may be. So that is one drawback. Whereas Amazon Connect, something like similar to that, you can easily get started with a little as probably, I don't know, $5 or less, something like that. So that is what the one of the very attractive. And I am planning to move my company, which is Voice Bootcamp, into Amazon Connect next couple of weeks and integrate with a lot of features that it comes with. So with cloud, Amazon Cloud is easy to use. Is a cloud-based contact center solution that is scale support up to businesses of any size. Okay, so you don't have to worry about whether it is from you have to buy like 20 license minimum or 30 license minimum. No, you can start with one license and no problem. And that basically comes with various tools that allows you to grow. And one of the advantage of Amazon Connect is that you can integrate the Amazon Connect with your existing Amazon platform. Like if you're already using AWS for your corporate IT infrastructure, you could integrate that most of these components into that. It's like such as text to speech, automatic, text to voice using Amazon Poly, stuff like that. It is a skills-based routing, so you can route calls based on agent skills competency levels. You can route calls based on, I guess, group level, depending on multiple algorithm available. It does do call recording if you configure it properly. It does historical and analytical reports. As you know, that any call center that you want to build, one of the most important thing about any call center is the reporting. Why? Because you want to be able to find out how many agents are logged in, how many agents are, um, you know, taking calls, or how many calls are being dropped because there is not many agent available. All these things comes into play when you are building a call centers. And with Amazon Connect, it gives you real-time report. And I will show you some of the reporting capabilities right in a live call so that you can see what's going on. And it is a high quality voice capability because Amazon does use their own SIP trunk to route calls to your partner. So that is one of the another advantage as well. And of course, you know that Amazon heavily invested on infrastructure that allows you to not to worry about that part of the aspect of your business. Now, it is a self-configured and 100% cloud-based. However, it can integrate with various other aspects of your business. For example, when a call comes into your call center, sometimes you want to integrate that customer's call with your corporate database, right? So you could use things like AWS Lambda functions to send a signal or communication with your your either on-premise database or databases that are running on your AWS platform. So you could do that. You could have a business intelligence, for example. Um, let's say I am a frequent flyer with a member with United Airline, right? So whenever I fly, sometimes I either miss my flight or my flight is delayed. If I call their contact center, what they do, they usually recognize my phone number because I usually call from my cell. And when they do that, they immediately, without even me talking to them, they will immediately tells me that, look, Faisal, your flights are being delayed, or you're on gate number 2F32, or you are on your flight will board pretty soon. So that is kind of intelligence built into similar type of platform. A lot of companies are providing solutions like that. They want to be able to be proactive. They want to be able to be more customized to the customer, right? So when a customer calls in, you not only be able to provide them services in advance before what they ask, but you also need to give them an options to be able to ask whatever they want. So the contact flow, business intelligence, call contact control, obviously agent that needs to log in, they would need some sort of panel, right? In Cisco world, we use something similar to call finesse, whereas in Amazon, they use called CCP or contact control panel. Now, one of the good thing about Amazon Connect is that it can integrate with various industries supported CRM. Now, how many people here work with CRM? If you're a small business or mid-sized business or larger scale organization, you're going to probably be dealing with some sort of CRM in your environment. And what is CRM? Customer Relationship Management. Voice Bootcamp, we use a CRM from a company called Zoho, which is an Indian-based company. Very easy to use CRM that we have been using for the last 5 years. And I can connect my Amazon platform into Zoho. Yeah, Salesforce is another one of them. I think they're the one of the very big and popular one in the market. Zoho is like somewhere between small to mid-size. Salesforce, on the other hand, is anywhere between small to large scale organizations. So you can integrate Amazon Connect with your CRM. Why would you do that? Well, as a salesperson, I am probably going to log into my CRM most of the day because that's where I manage all my customers, right? Whether the customer is a new call or new customer or existing customer, or I might be just sitting there going through my customer list and say who to call today. Well, I could then click a button on my CRM to use the Amazon Connect to establish that call with that client. Uh, First, why would you do that? Why could you not just pick up phone? You could. There's nothing wrong with that. You could not pick up your phone and make that call. But using the CRM integration, while you are talking to customer, you have the options to record the conversation and have that conversation saved within your CRM. Because CRM is all about tracking your activity between your client and your organization. Whether you have something to send, or you are gonna wait for some payment, or you need to send some product information. All those things can be centralizedly managed in CRM, and Amazon connecting to that, it gives you that options. Not only that, if I am a sales agent, for example, and I'm logged into my CRM and I'm sitting here, going through my customers, suddenly a customer calls in using your call center, right? And they may have press one for sales. And then when that press one comes into my queue where I am a member of, that call will come to my CRM so that A, I can answer the call, B, I can communicate with my client, C, I can store the data as I am talking to the customer. So you really don't really have to get away from your platform to deal with the customers. You don't really need a physical phone to answer that. I've been testing, to be honest with you. I haven't been production yet. I am planning to go to production probably the next couple of weeks. um, I'm testing right now where you call my toll-free number, it will come to my Zoho, and I'm doing, I'm makeshift, pretending to be customer at the same time, pretending to be the salesperson. and I'm trying to see what information I can save and what information I can store. So call recording. If I want to be able to record the call, now keep one thing in mind. If you're going to record a call with a customer, you have to notify them. Okay, it is due to policy, security, privacy concern of many clients that you might have. So if I configure my contact center where you call in, I would either let you know in advance. So look, your call is being recorded for quality training purposes, which is not really the case. It's for mostly legal due to legality. But you could also let the customers know that, look, is it okay if I record that call at that moment? So you have multiple options to do that. Now, where does all these recording will get stored? Well, you can store them in your S3 bucket. We all know what S3 bucket is for those of us who are currently working with AWS. And you can integrate that with your warehouse. Why would you even do that? Why would you integrate Amazon Connect with the warehouse? Well, either due to maybe you want to transfer the call to some sort of, I don't know, machine device that may need to initiate a call or send a signal or whatever. So you could do that using metric purposes. For example, using IoT, Internet of Things. And of course, most important thing is the agent data. You want to be able to find out the data analytic. There you go. You want to be able to find out about the agent, their performance, their capacity planning. All of them can be managed using an external application known as workforce management and whatnot. So very powerful tools that are available. And as I can see, these are the different partners and different CRM based companies that are currently working with Amazon Connect. If you are using Salesforce, or if you're using Pega or Freshworks or Zoho, you can integrate that with Amazon Connect for that. Now, power of AWS is that Amazon Connect is not a separate product. It can be integrated with various other AWS components. You can integrate with a Lambda, storage, Glacier, RDS, DynamoDB, you name it. You can use IAM, directory services within your contact flow to be able to communicate and provide us central solutions. So that's something that gives you more flexibility. Whereas if you have a Cisco contact center, for example, I specialize in Cisco UCCE. Cisco UCCE has certain limitation of who you can communicate with, what type of database it can communicate with. There are some restriction on that part. Whereas Amazon Connect, you don't really need an additional server or software for your IVR. You don't need a separate server for, let's say, your call control. Everything is centralized into one platform. Coming from Cisco background, where we had to probably deploy 8 to 9 servers just to deploy Cisco UCCE. With Amazon Connect, that's much more easier. Now, you might be wondering if that does that mean that everybody's going to go to cloud tomorrow? No, no way. There are a lot of companies, especially in North America, Canada, US. They have a lot of restriction in terms of what data that gets stored in on the cloud versus on premise. So there is still going to be a pushback for a lot of companies moving to cloud 100%. What they might do, however, is going to go in a hybrid mode, where certain portion of the network will be on premise versus off premises. But maybe one day, ultimately, everything will go to cloud. Who knows? Okay, and everybody should gear up toward that. Now, when you open an account with Amazon Connect for the first time, you get obviously, you set up your account and everything, and I'll show you how to do that. You get a dashboard, and this is where you basically get your day-to-day configuration started. So you can initially get a phone number, you can get a toll-free number, a local number, you can get number from like 10, 15 different countries. Not all countries are there right now. You can set the hours, the queues, the prompt. You can upload your own prompt, and I'll show you some of them. Not of course, I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but I will show you some of these features, how those things works. So that's the overview about it. So let's go and connect to our AWS Connect. I'm right here. No, that's not it. All right. So I am on this is my AWS account. I'm going to go to Connect, which is part of AWS. Now, when you're logging into Connect for the first time, obviously, if you don't already have a account, you can get started by creating new one. Now, I think the free tier, you get about 90 minutes a month for free, I believe, or maybe 30 minutes, something like that. But you get some free minutes for you to try this out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And what I want to do is I want to create you got to specify where do you want to store the user account, the identity management. So I'm going to say, I'm going to use the users that are stored within my AWS Connect. You could integrate that with Active Directory if you have it set up, or you can connect to a SAML-based authentication, which could be on-premise Active Directory, off-premise Active Directory. It could be any directory service that is SAML enabled, okay, which is basically a standard authentication protocol. I'm going to just stick to the users that are stored within my Connect. So here you're going to type an alias for yourself. So voice bootcamp, which means that this particular string belongs to me, and that becomes my alias. Okay. And this is, of course, coming from Amazon. We can't really change that. Here, you're going to specify a new admin. So, pretty straightforward stuff. And then you specify the password and your email address. Now, you can skip this. Not a recommendation. Make at least create one admin. Click next. How you want to handle the incoming call. Now, this is where you need to decide. Are you building contact center only for inbound or only for outbound? You could do both, or you could do either one. Why? Why would you just do inbound? Well, a lot of call centers are only inbound, right? They're just receiving calls. Then there are some call centers are outbound, such as robocalls. Right now, the elections going on in US. I'm sure many of the US residents are getting tons of calls from this robotic machine saying, "Are you going to vote? Are you going to vote?" and all this stuff for campaign. Exactly. So you can use the outbound call for that purposes. So for now, I'm just going to keep it same. And the next step is that how you can specify where do you want to store your data. So this is going to create an S3 bucket for you. Okay. Now, let me connect to another account. Now, when you go to your S3 bucket, you'll see every time you create an AWS Connect account, it creates a bucket to store all the data. And you'll see that I have a bunch of them created right here. And I've been practicing since 4 o'clock in the morning today. So a couple of buckets has been created. And every time you create a new account, it will create a bucket for that. But if you do want to change that, you could do that. You can change it and put a little name for yourself. You can say VVC so that a little bit prefix, so you can customize that if you want to. So I'm just going to just choose that one for now. Click next. It is going to use this encryption key. It also create a couple of encryption key that is used for encrypted purposes. If you go to your KMS within your AWS, you will see that couple of keys has been already created that are managed by the AWS right there. Okay, AWS Connect. So if you want to change it, feel free to change or modify or select something new. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the account. Now, usually what happens at this moment is it probably takes about a couple of minute or two. It will create an account. It will then ask you to claim a phone number, and you have to decide what type of phone number you want. Well, I'm just going to stick to a toll-free number to test, but keep in mind though, toll-free number sometimes doesn't work from everywhere in the world. Okay. That means that if you have a toll-free number in Canada, sometimes it doesn't even call some toll-free numbers you can even call in US, you can't even call them from Canada. They're restricted to geolocation. So choosing the right number is very important. I believe most of the Amazon toll-free numbers you can call from pretty much anywhere. However, on the other hand, I have received calls from some of my customers in Mexico complaining that they could not reach me, number didn't work. So that either maybe the number toll-free issue, or it could be something to do with my setup. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. Always keep one toll-free and one local number as a good way to go. Local number doesn't cost much, maybe additional dollar or two or something like that. So it says, welcome to Amazon Connect. Let's go, or you can skip. So I'm going to say go, choose a phone number. This is where you're going to claim your phone number. I will choose, let's say, United States. And I have a choice of direct number or toll free. Now, if you choose a direct number, you don't really have much choice of which area code of the phone number that you want to select. Maybe you can request AWS on a separate way, but from a list, you do not have a choice. So for example, if I am in Las Vegas, if I want a phone number in Las Vegas, I am pretty much stuck here because none of these numbers belongs to Las Vegas. So that part you have to keep in mind based on your locality. So I'm going to choose toll-free number for now. And these are the toll-free numbers are given to me as an option. Of course, AWS has more than this. This is just what given to me. So I'm going to choose this number for now. And it's going to say, okay, you're about to claim the number. I can continue, skip now, and I can test the number by dialing from right here. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. And at this moment, my number has been allocated to me. So at this moment, if you guys want to try dialing this, you could easily dial this number 1-833-904-1074 and immediately make a call. So let's see if I have my Unison installed. Yep. I'm going to try to dial from my Unison, which is a Canadian VoIP line that I use. All right, let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to dial 1-833-904-1074. If you guys cannot hear, please do let me know. Okay, so as you can see, the number, it is ringing the number, but it's not working yet. So I'm going to try is dialing from my US number, US cell phone. So sometimes it does take some time for it to get started. 904-1074. Okay, so this one just dropped the collect call right away. Let's try again. Okay, so for some reason, it's not yet. Can any of you guys try? It works. So Mohammed Saad, it worked for you. Okay, so as you can see, it is working for some Mohammed there, but for some reason, it is not going from my end. And again, it might take few minutes, or maybe I have this thing called Wi-Fi dialing thing. Maybe I should shut that off. Let's try again. Okay, I'm going to try without the Wi-Fi. It's ringing. Okay, so task is working for you. Okay, so like I say, it does dial from, I am dialing from cell. So again, it does take some time for everything to propagate it. So you might have to wait for like a couple of minutes for my provider to route the call too. So there you go. Even Nader has confirmed, works for, I guess it's working for everybody else except me. Duh. All right. So this is basically the most simplest way. Now, what happened is when you dial this number, it goes to a queue, a contact flow. Contact flow is like very similar to script. If you guys coming from UCCX or UCCE, that is very similar to script. And this is a very basic script created Thanks, Mohsin, for testing that. Very basic script created by AWS. Now, AWS, if you go here, you have, you can, sorry, not there. You can go to contact flow. There are multiple script has been created for you, ready to go. You can customize it, tweak it if you want to, or you can create your own script. And I'm going to show you how to create your own script shortly. Now, if you, at this moment, not only you have a phone system, an agent-based service, you also have something called a chat as well. Now, before I go into the chat faster, let me log into this thing called control panel. So AWS control panel, which is basically the finesse equivalent or agent desktop, okay? It goes to this something URL like that. So you got to put your, your alias, which is, remember, the name that you define here. Connect is this name right there, Voice Bootcamp, whatever your alias is. You would put that into this, and then you go to the version 2, and you will then open up another, I'm going to try here. It's going to ask you to log in, okay, as an agent. So this is the agent login capability. So I'm going to log in using this account, but if you have a different agent account, you could do that as well. And basically this is all there is for their agent desktop for now. Okay, as you can see, this is online or offline. So agent either offline or online. I can dial a number. Let's say I dial 1725. I could make an outbound call, and if it's connecting, I should get a call on my cell. It seems like that it has, okay. So I am getting the call on my cell. So you see, I didn't have to set up anything. DR Congo, Africa. You mean that whether the connect will work with Congo telephone number, or are you talking about is it available? Now, Amazon Connect is not available to everywhere yet. Keep that in mind. Okay, it's not available to all the region. So if you are in Africa, maybe you have to use a different region to use the AWS Connect. Now, one thing it does have is something called a chatting capability. As you can see on that little chat window, I can now chat with someone. Okay, so let's go and test that feature. All right. All right. So here, under step number 1, you'll see something called test chat. Okay, yeah, you can port numbers into from a different providers. Now, what happened is you'll see that right here is this is pretending to be your web page, and you can even initiate a chat from right here. Now, obviously, this is in a test phase right now, but I'm going to try it. Here, I'm going to activate my control panel, which is my agent desktop. As you can see on my chat, it says what? One or more required setting for chat is empty. Okay, chat settings. Oh, I need to specify the queue, customer queue. This is the same queue that my script is pointing to. All right, so I am here chatting on my website. I need information about Voice Bootcamp, okay? And agent will receive something like that. They can accept the chat and say, how may I help you? Okay, and you basically go ping pong between the two individual. They will ask. One of the lab I'll show you is how you can type certain word and it will pick up automatically and then direct it to the right department, for example. But this is something that already ready-made, built in to go. You just have to do a minor tweaking in order to get this thing up and running. Sessions is being recorded, by the way, so you will receive a copy. If not automatically, I will send you guys an email with a link to download it. Can you test those script with the Cisco Contact Center? No, because the script looks like this. So if you go to the contact flow, and the one that we're pointing to right now is called a sample, This is what it looks like. Pretty much similar to, same logic, but this is what the script looks like. Okay. And it looks a little bit complex at the beginning, but once you get started, it's pretty straightforward. Okay. So you cannot test this script, as far as I know, that within the UCCX. Okay. Any other questions? Nope, that's pretty much it. All right, so we have shown you how to create a very basic contact center. And if you want to customize it, of course, you have the options to change the hours, create different queues if you want to. These are all stuff you can do with your with the AWS Connect. So question, can we connect existing toll-free number? Yes, you can. You can port the number into AWS. You're going to have to request it different ways. You should be able to port the number. And we are planning to port our toll-free number from our current provider into AWS Connect once I am satisfied with my script and everything. It might take a few days depending on, or it might take instantly. It all depends on the providers. But you will have to fill up some form and everything like that. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to show you right now is, I just showed you how to handle the chat, and I'm going to show you how to integrate the AWS Connect that you have with your CRM. Now, this is the CRM that we use, which is called Zoho, and we've been using, it's pretty straightforward. You could use Salesforce, pretty much the same concept. Now, one of the things that you need to do is, first of all, in your CRM, at somewhere, you need to enable the AWS Connect, okay? So you need to go to your settings, and then you got to go telephony right there under channel telephony. And I need to select a telephony provider. Now I have multiple options. I can connect with Ring Central, tons of other providers other than AWS Connect. I could use Telus Mobile. Too bad my current provider is not there. Otherwise I could have stick to them, but hey, what the heck. Let's see, who else do we have here? Anyway, I'm going to go and select the AWS Connect from right there, and it's going to ask me to enable it right there. All you have to do is enable from the window from this perspective. Okay. Now it's going to pop up a screen saying enter your AWS alias. Now, before I do that, I want to be able to tell the AWS Connect that Zoho is authorized to communicate with AWS. Okay. How many calls can come in at a time? I do not have that statistic, but I don't think AWS will restrict you receiving more than one call, simply because they will charge you per minute anyway. So probably, I don't have, to be honest, I don't have that number exactly right now. I will find that out, and I'll send it when I send the video recording, and I'll reply that to you. All right. So before I go ahead and log into AWS Connect, what I need to do is gotta go to the Connect first. And right here, we see the alias. You got to click on this alias. And here, we need to specify the application integration. What we need to specify is that where do you expect the traffic or application to come in from? So I need to add the domain of the different applications that are going to be integrated with AWS Connect. Now, what I have done, I have created a list of three URL that Zoho used to communicate with AWS. The phone bridge for the call communication, it used crm.zoho.com or crm plus zoho.com, depending on your account. I have CRM plus, but I will just add all three. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to say add the origin. Copy this. It can be expensive. It can be expensive solution if you are not careful about it. Yeah, absolutely. So the only way to deal with it is by controlling with your script how long this customer stays on it and how soon you can select an agent appropriately. Okay. To be honest with you, I haven't tested the star. Maybe you could, but right now, let me just show it. Then maybe you guys can test it when you are practicing it on your own. All right. So these are my three things. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to put the alias name, voice bootcamp. I'm gonna click on login. It's gonna pop up. It's gonna try to get connection from an existing place, and I'm gonna close it. Probably don't need it right now. So it's enabled. Now what I need to do is get out of the test, and right here on this little top right corner, you'll see my window comes up. It says CRM available desk. So right now CRM is already integrated with the Amazon Connect. For the desk is my ticketing system. I can also log in to Amazon Connect using the same. And it's right now using the authentication mechanism that are currently associated with my current login. So both CRM and desk is available. And at this moment, I am on my CRM and I'm going through my contact. And I say, you know what? Okay, here's a Faisal. And I just, let me see if I call him, try to sell something to him. So you can click on this little call and pop up a screen. It says connecting on the right. I don't know if you can see it. Bottom right corner is trying to call 1-647-914-5022. Now, again, it depends on the connectivity. It still hasn't come to my phone yet. Let me try another number. Let me first test the call. All right, let me test the inbound call. Let's see. Can someone call that phone number again and maybe press 1? I don't know if it's going to work on my phone now.
Thanks for calling.
Okay.
These are some examples of what the Amazon
It's working now. Oh, come on.
Hear the results of an AWS Lambda data.
Press 1.
This flow demonstrates changing the priority of an individual contact in the queue and will allow.
This is the queue, the script that I'm currently using.
Press 1 to move to the front of the queue or press 2 to move behind it. The timing queue is less than 5 minutes. Press 1 to go into.
Okay, so as you can see, the call came into my CRM. Okay, I can click on answer. My browser issue. Okay, this is a browser issue. Okay. Okay. This seems like a browser issue. I could not click. Testing. Okay, so I can see a call came from 1333, but I think that's due to browser issue for which I'm not able to answer the call. Okay, I got a call from Quebec. Okay, so it's coming, and the reason why the call is coming on my phone as well is because I have a CRM app on my phone. Okay, you guys can hang up the call right now. Okay. All right. So, your browser has to be properly set up to make sure that all the pop-ups and all the security and the firewall is enabled. I think I'm using Google Chrome and I have a VPN extension enabled. So for some time it caused problem with accepting calls or stuff like that. Use Firefox or don't have any extensions enabled. That should take care of it. So now, as you can see, I could make I should have been able to make a call outbound. Probably, let me try logging in from my Firefox. Maybe that could solve the problem. It is definitely problem with, so I'm going to log out from here and I'm going to log into Firefox. It's something to do with the selecting the mic. Okay. All right. So let me see, I'm logged in. I'm going to log into CRM. Come on. Okay, I'm right now available both as an agent. So now I'm going to make an outbound call. As you can see, the call is trying to go out. Okay, so call did came in successfully. Okay, call did came in successfully. And not only that, a ticket has been created. You see that right there, Zoho Desk. So not only a call was successfully came in, but it also created a ticket for me. So this is something that very powerful for a lot of CRM based application. So that's something that you may have to enable. So outbound call worked. Maybe one person can call again. Let's see if it's if the browser issue is solved. Task, can you call please? One person is enough. Okay. Okay. So that's a call. It's called Zoho CRM Plus ticketing system. Okay. It's a one application that provides ticketing systems, chatting. I can see who's visiting my website, projects, campaign, all sorts of stuff. So pretty neat applications. So you can see that how CRM can be integrated, how it can be used to provide, live communications. Apologize for my, there you go, call came in.
Basic queue.
Hey, Taz, how are you, sir? Fine, how are you? Good. Are you ready for class next week? Yes. All right, cool. All right. So as you can see now, what happened is that it created, and I can take an action. I say, this is a call from Taz, one of our excellent student who will continue next week class. Okay. And whatever note you want to put in, it's there. What is important here is that any contact center, you want to be able to understand what's happening with the call and everything. So you want to keep track of that. So under the desk, you'll see all the call that came in, inbound and outbound. Okay. And then you can see associated call. You can find out what's going on, what activity is happening. Even the phone right on the right hand side, you can see the little phone there. You can take a note, put a task list, whatever that you need to do for that. All right. So here you'll see there's a little recording. So not recording, but timer, which allows you to keep track of whatever you're doing while you're within this ticket. All right. So this is your CRM integration with AWS Connect. Now, of course, if you're using Salesforce, they have something very similar integrations. So just take a look at it. Whatever that you have to play with whatever the CRM that you're using. Can you point to study materials? Want to explore certification on this? Okay, so best to be honest with you, AWS documentation is where you can get started. There are some companies that does training. You can take a look at that. YouTube, Udemy, they may have some stuff possible for that as well. Is it possible to provide text number to customer to chat directly by cell phone number or their obligated connect? Okay. The good thing about AWS, it's an API-based solution. So you can pretty much think of anything you want to achieve. Okay. If you, I mean, as Nader suggested, that is it possible to provide a text number? I'm assuming it is because it's basically a programming capability that you just have to adjust to it. Okay. It may not have a lot of things out of the box, but it has a lot of APIs capability for you to develop whatever application you want, push information to it. Let's say you want to connect with a SIP trunk provider, your own SIP trunk provider. Okay. Amazon Connect does not have a menu say add a SIP trunk. It doesn't. But it does allow you to use Lambda function to send an API to a SIP trunk provider. So you really need to know a little bit of JSON scripting in order to be able to do that. And that's where the market is. That's where a lot of demands are coming in, especially with people who are working on collaborations. But yeah, I'm assuming it can be done based on that. How many agents are supported on Amazon Connect involved license? It's a good question. I do not have that information in terms of the number of agent yet. It is pretty much unlimited, the Amazon Connect says. But the number of, I don't, even think they charge you based on number of licenses, based on the minutes. Amazon pricing is based on minute. However, I might be wrong, so do not quote me on that. I will try to get more information as I explore this product more details. But as Mashikul Chaudhary has mentioned, it's unlimited. So if it is gonna give a real competition to Genesis, Avaya, Cisco, because that's unlimited, man. Okay. Can it integrate with CUCM on on-premise? Directly, no. Indirectly, yes. Through API calls, you can communicate with CUCM, call manager, or on-premise phone system for sure. I know I have a friend of mine who is currently working in Singapore who does AWS Connect in and out. And he tells me that only way to communicate with external applications through either direct API integrations or whatever the interface that company or that vendor provides to communicate with AWS Connect, like the way I've shown you Zoho communicating with AWS Connect. So you have to have some sort of interface. But behind the screen is all about APIs. All right. Next, I'm going to show you how to build a support chat system so that if someone comes to my website to chat, I want to be able to, create a chat robocall. So when you go to certain website, you know how you type certain things and someone is talking to you, you think that's a real live agent. No, those are called chatbot, a robotic system somehow looking for certain keyword and responding to you, pretending that then they understand what you're looking for. Okay, so let's see how we build that. Now to do that, I'm going to go back to my AWS, and there is a service called LEX, which is a chat of how you build a voice and text bot. So again, this is something very simple. If you want to create a chat bot for scheduling appointment with you, there are certain applications predefined. You can try those samples, or you can create your own custom. So I'm going to start with a custom, and I'm going to call this student support line. Okay. I want this to be English, and okay, Joanna is going to be.
My name is Joanna.
Okay. And if you want to find out how it will sound like, if you say, welcome to Voice Bootcamp IT support team. All right. And you can play it out.
Welcome to Voice Bootcamp IT support team.
Okay. Session timeout, 5 minute, no activity, timeout the agent. And you have to select this if it is something related to children due to the privacy issue. So obviously I'm not using this bot related for the children. So I'm just going to say no. Advanced option, certain advanced option features, you can select yes or no, and then click on create. We're going to build a script that allows us to create certain keywords. Say, if you see this, do this. Okay. So that is what we're trying to do right now. So we're going to build a chart. So right now, next step is to create intent. Intent is, what is that user is trying to do? Well, I want to reset my password, or I want to get access to my lab, or I want to get access. I'm not able to get access to my videos. Voice Bootcamp, we sell books, video books, which are kind of encrypted. So when we assign those books to our user, uh, we do give them username and password, and sometimes they do get locked out. So they can just type that word, and the bot can tell them how to fix it, or it can connect them to the right agent based on what they type. So I'm going to show you how to achieve that in this case. So we created the bot, and the next thing is to add an intent. Intent is going to be what we're trying to achieve. So we're going to say intent is going to be, I don't know, let's say reset account. Okay, that's a one good thing. We want to be able to reset account. So in that reset account, what do we want to say? We say uh, lost my password. Okay, and you can add multiple, what you can think the user might enter. Okay, uh, how can I reset my password? Help with password. Okay, unlock account. So whatever the keyword you can think of, that you would need, you need to create an intent for that. Okay, so that is something that we want to do that for, not just one, but you can add more. You can say, okay, uh, lab acts schedule. I do rent lab, people will have to schedule them, and okay, it already exists. Okay, let's say create another one called VBC lab scheduling system. Okay, so what I'm looking for, maybe they want to ask questions, how to schedule lab, right? Something very common. um, uh, Unable to access lab, help with my lab access. So whatever, like Carlos, who has been using our lab for last couple of months, you sometimes get access problem. He could simply type that on my web chat, and my web chat will then try to figure out how to resolve his issue. So this is something that you need to set up for every single intent that you want to do, you want to build. Now I do have two things. One is account reset, and one is for lab schedule. Now once you put all those things in together, then you need to build them. So there's a little option here called build. So I'm going to go ahead and build it. Now, of course, there's more advanced stuff you can do. We teach you how to configure the advanced stuff in our AWS Connect class. It says that something has failed. Unsupported character. Okay, so something to do with character. I think that the question mark. It doesn't like the question mark. So it takes about a couple of minutes for the build to occur. And after that, you need to publish that. So once the build occur, you have to publish it. Okay. Okay, so there's a question about AWS Connect facilities available. Good question. So if you go to services, and let's say change the region to, so AWS Connect, you can see is only available to US, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo, Frankfurt, and London at this moment. One of the reasons why AWS Connect is not available to India, it's not like Amazon has anything problem with India, is that Indian government has a restriction about VoIP and the DID numbers. So the ability to select your numbers, the VIP, there is a lot of restriction that you have to follow that meets the government regulation. So which is one of the reasons that things are a bit slow to adopt in that part of the world. It's not that obviously there's a huge demand for it in India for this, but I think something to do with the government regulation. All right, so line has been built. Let's go ahead and publish it. So before you publish it, you can do a test. See right here, test bot, and you can say help with lab. And it says intent was this, VBC scheduling ready for fulfillment. That means it's been successful. If I say reset password, okay, fulfillment. If I say I want to fly, sorry, cannot repeat that because that does not match anything, right? So whatever the keyword, even if you just put the word password, let's see, so it has been fulfilled. Any one of this keyword is found, it will try to find a match. But if you put something, uh, let's go to movies, it will not find anything. Yeah, no problem, Tanjil. All right, so as you can see, this testing works. I'm going to go publish it and create alias. So VBC, we're going to call this VBC student support. Now, once the publishing is done, you can test it, make sure everything is ready. You publish everything, then you close it and go to the AWS Connect to do the next thing. So we need to now give this chat box a permission in AWS Connect. So while this is happening, let's go to AWS Connect into our main area right there in a interface instance, sorry. So what we have to do here is we have to click on this name again, Voice Bootcamp. And under contact flow, we have to specify the AWS Lex that we want to use. And right now, student support line is the one that we just created. Now you can add more than one, okay? sorry, you can only add one, it seems like it. But if you can create a new chat box, because I cannot add another one because I don't have another one. Okay. But if you can create more, and you can add more if you want to. So a lot of functionalities it can be done here. So this is one of the tasks that you have to do, is give them the permission to use the AWS Connect flow. Now, once this is done, you want to go back to your AWS Connect by clicking on Amazon Connect. And this time you're going to go to the access the URL, which is right back here, your main AWS portal. We need to set up a routing rule. Okay. So this is where you go to routing, and we're going to say queue. So right now it comes with a basic queue. This is where the call is queued. When you guys call me, I'm going to create a new queue, and I'm going to call this student support queue. Okay. Okay. Support line for students. Operation, basic hours. The caller ID should be this. And that's pretty much all I really need. Okay. So I got the support queue, and I can create another one. Let's say lab schedule queue. Queue for lab scheduling. Okay. All right. So I got two queues ready. Now I need to put them together into one, what do you call, rules. So we're going to go to one profile. So you go to routing. We're going to say, where am I? Yeah, under user, routing profile. So routing profile is going to group these three queue into one. So you go to routing profile, and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to create a new one. Let's call this VBC routing profile. It's going to be available for voice and chat. And I'm going to add these three queues in there. Student for both chat, lab schedule, and last but not the least, basic queue. And the basic queue will be the default in case something goes wrong. So these are the three things you want to do within your queue. I think there is no space. Routing profile. All right, so you do need to provide no space in the name, and you do have to provide description, then add the key profile. So you now have one routing, VBC routing profile, which contains those three queues. Once that is done, now we're ready to create the script, which is creating the flow. And that's where you create that diagram that we saw. So what we want to do is go routing, and you go to contact flow, and we want to create our own flow. So we're going to say create contact flow, give it a name, VBC student support flow. Okay, whatever. This is the entry point. So some of you guys are familiar with the scripting from other contact center. They're all like some sort of visual diagram. So this is something that we need to get started. So first thing we want to do is we want to be able to log everything. So we want to bring this called set logging behavior, which will log all activity into the S3 bucket. Okay. Second thing we're going to do, we're going to set the voice. What language do you want to use? So we're going to set the voice. The voice is going to be in US, Arabic, Italian, whatever the languages. I think they're all supported within AWS. I'm going to stick to US for now. Johanna or Matthew, whatever the language that you want. Let's see if Arabic would happen. So you got Zina. Okay, so something very close to it. Okay. Turkish, I think different language, different versions. So we're going to stick to English for now. And click on save. So now you want to be able to connect them. It's very straightforward. It's just a drag and drop. It's very, very, very simple. Okay. On the set logging behavior, there's not much to do other than enable logging and disable logging. At some point, you may need to disable logging. After you go through the script multiple times, you say want to disable it. Feel free to do that. Okay. So next step I'm going to do is play a welcome prompt or something very similar to that. So that is called interaction. Sorry, interact. Play a prompt. So I'm going to play a prompt that will be like, And you want to connect this to the right entrance, so which is right here. So play prompt, we want to be play a welcome prompt or an announcement, whatever that you want. But I don't have a prompt right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set text to speech. I want to say, play this mail. Welcome to Voice Bootcamp Student Support Line. Okay, this is actually going to not just announce it, but it also speech it out in a text in chat. All right, so we got our welcome prompt. Our next step will be to set up, get information from the customer. What do they want? What is it? Why the customer came for support, right? We want to collect information. So under interact, there's something called get customer input. Okay, I want to connect the prompt to this. And now I want to be able to find out their intent. What is their intention? Remember those intent that we created? I want to be able to collect that. Okay, so what you do, you go to this get customer things and you're going to say, text to speech. I'm going to say, how may I help you? Okay, this is, so the chat will going to announce it to the user saying, how can I help you? Okay, but you're going to collect that information, right? The user is going to enter something. So you either user enter numbers, which is DTMF, or Amazon Lex. Remember the Lex we created? That's the bot. We need to specify all the intent that we specified there. Now, this is where you need to make sure you go to the Lex and copy and paste that. Okay, so I'm going to copy here. I'm going to copy this reset, and I'm going to paste it, add intent right there. Go back, copy this, and add intent, payback. So this is your the two intent that we have. Okay, based on the keyword available on those intent, the system will respond according to that. All right, so now what else? What is missing? Okay, so it's which bot to use? The student support line, the one that we selected, right? So latest version, and then these are the two intent that we want to follow. Save it. So now you'll see on the customer input, there's two additional new option, right? Reset account and scheduling and default and error. So at this stage, what you want to do is specify what happened if the matches occurred on the reset. Well, we want to play something. Okay, we want to be able to play a prompt when something matches. So we're going to say reset, play the prompt, and here we're going to say, so when the reset menu, reset matches, we're going to say, you are being redirected to user account team. Okay, because they want, so this is where you want to send it to the queue that is responsible for user account management. So I'm going to say you're being redirected to user account team. Okay. But for VBC scheduling, we're going to say play the prompt. And we're going to say that you are being transferred to scheduling department. Okay. Again, whatever that you want to specify. So these are the two actions going to take. Then you're going to transfer, right? Transfer to where? Well, you want to transfer to queue. And that is where you have this right here called, where am I? Branch. Not branch. Set, yeah, right there. Set working queue. So we're going to say after the play the prompt, when you announce that you're being transferred, I want to transfer to the queue. And there you're going to specify what is the queue you want to transfer to. So you go here and you say, what queue? Well, I want to select student support. Okay, save. And you want, again, one for this guy. What queue? Well, this is for scheduling, lab schedule queue. And for anything else, such as default, so you want to say for default, I want to send the calls to default queue. Now you could drag and drop any way you want. Okay, it's pretty nice little thing. If it's default, I want to send the calls to the default queue. Remember, there's always a default queue, right? I should have one. All right, so these are my three options, but what about the error? What if there is an error? Some sort of error occurs, right? Yes, the callback feature is available in AWS, so is the whisper feature. Okay, so I'm going to select disconnect. So when error occurs, I want to disconnect the call right there. Okay. Again, make sure you connect to the right dot, otherwise it's not going to flow properly. Now, every dot that you see has to be connected to something. So I'm going to select another connect, and I want to make sure that this is also, the errors are selected here. But I need to use, I need to close a success rate, right? So same thing here, error has to be connected. But what about the success? Well, when you send the calls to queue, you got to be able to transfer to the agent. That's when you specify transfer to queue. Transfer to queue. Okay. So again, you have to make sure that they are transferred to queue. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to specify another one, transfer to the queue. You probably could specify all of them to the same queue. I haven't tested, to be honest with you, but you could probably point everything to the same transfer queue, but just to make sure. Now, you do see the transfer queue itself has two branches. At capacity, meaning what happens if it reaches its capacity, like all the queue is full, or if there is an error. So again, you got to take certain action, and the action that I'm going to take is disconnect. Okay, at capacity, disconnect. At error, disconnect. You can take other action, but I want to keep it simple for right now. Okay, so this is what it looks like at the end. Something very similar to that. Very simple, but yet you can see things getting complex. Okay, so this is the type of capability that it can provide you within your AWS Connect. Okay, so once this is done, unfortunately, I haven't seen any way to test this or troubleshoot, debug this yet. Maybe there are other tools available, but that's something in the next seminar. Maybe I'll show it to you. All right, so we are ready to save this. It's saved. You want to be able to publish that. So make sure you publish it. Are you sure? Yes. And now we're ready to test the call. So what we want to do, we need to go back to our phone number. Da-da-da-da. See, this phone number is pointing to this IVR. We want to change that. We want to change it to the one that we created, VBC Student Support Flow. Okay. And now you can test you can go to dashboard. You can go test right there, test chat, and you could do a test from here. So if do to test from here, you need to do change the test settings right here. See that test settings right here. You say, okay, I want to use this flow that Faisal just created, VBC support, and then pretend that you're joining. So you're about to join the chat. All right, let's see what happened. See, it says, welcome to Voice Bootcamp support line. How may I help you? This is the bot, right? I say password. Okay, you're being redirected to user account team. Now it's going to go to the queue that can handle this user account team. But you see, right now, agent is not available. Okay. The reason behind that, there is only one agent here, which is me. And I haven't changed myself into appropriate queue. So you got to go to the user management. So VBC, you got to change edit settings, and you got to specify which profile. See, it's pointing to the basic profile, right? I got to change it to the VBC routing profile. Okay, once that is done, then there you go. Suddenly, a message coming in somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? My Zoho. Where's my Zoho? Oh, somewhere it's coming in. Okay. Okay. So this is weird. So somewhere it is coming in. Okay. So you gotta be, let me go back to my thing. Let me do the testing again. All right. So let's try again. End the chat. Okay. Unable to start a chat. Internal error has occurred. So there's some sort of error has occurred. So let's see. Let's go basic again. Okay, so make sure that, okay, so you're gonna clear that channel up. Right now, I believe only one agent can only handle one chat at a time. That is something default setup. You can change it if you want to. So if I am already connected to a chat, I cannot receive another chat. You can change it under, I believe, the queue settings. All right, so let me try again. So a customer starting a chat, came to my website. A bot will say, welcome to Voice Bootcamp. Support line, how may I help you? Lab schedule. Okay. Redirected to scheduling department. And now a agent will see called accept chat. Okay. So are you being transferred to? Okay. So now agent will say, okay, what is the problem? Okay. And you chat back and forth. So this is like half of the stuff can be automated if you know exactly understand the customer mind or what they're trying to do. And most problem are common problem like password lockout, account not available, balance low, change service plan, whatever that you can think of. And that is what AWS Connect can do for you. So very powerful way of creating a very simple call center without huge investment. And this is where I believe the power of Connect is that you don't have to invest money on it. I am actually working. I'm working on a project in Toronto where I'm offering a customer solution, and I'm going to offer them AWS Connect because they don't have to spend any money. Right now, I probably spend no more than $5, not even $5, maybe 50, 20, maybe $1 or something, because I'm not getting charged anything right away. I'm going to get billed at probably end of the month. You get $3 for DID and for toll-free DID, and probably 18 cents, no, 0.018 cents per minute, something like that. But that can change from region to region. But you can see what's capable of it, right? So yeah, so that's basically what is AWS Connect is all about. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's something fun. It's easy to learn, and like I said, it has a future. My one thing I would recommend you guys, if you guys are preparing for AWS career, add something that other people are not following. Always add skills that are very rare to find. Okay, if everybody goes after solution architect, you'll be competing with 100 of other solution architect. Add something like some sort of specialty on top of that. You will be unique, you will be very demanding, you can ask for more money, you will be people will be looking for you. You will have something better to sell compared to other people. So always add something on top of that. I mean, everybody goes toward one certificate, you're just going to be competing in a big pool of engineers. So AWS Connect is one of them. Machine learning is another. Data analysis, security, very hot in the market. So always try to focus on that. So that's pretty much all I had for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys like it, again, I, I would appreciate if you take a few minutes to go to Voice Bootcamp website, and right on the corner, there's something called reviews. Please give a little bit of your encouragement. It really goes along the way. I will be doing a lot of other seminars in the next couple of weeks. I will send you the invitation to you. You will receive the video link through email from me directly. And we are starting AWS Connect beta course starting next weekend. If anybody is interested, feel free to contact me. Average, I mean, in a corporate world is going to be is around $3,000 to $4,000, but we're doing this for less than $1,000. So if anybody's interested, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, thank you very much for attending this seminar. So if you guys have any questions, I am ready to answer them right now. You're welcome there. Okay, so someone had question. Yes, Nader, can you hear me?
Yes, Faisal, thank you so much for your time again. Um, I would like to. I'm already working in UCCX, UCCM, Unity as a administrator,
Okay.
but I would like to pass my CCNP collaboration, and beside that, I would like to add AWS Connect because I see it very interesting. So, what
Hey,
can you? Yeah.
in a matter, I'm moving there.
Okay.
As you can see, I am moving my company to AWS Connect in the next couple of weeks. So I find it to be okay. So as someone mentioned that if you're being charged for per minute, isn't going to be expensive. Yeah, but I don't have too many people calling me. So I'm
Mm,
okay. See,
mm,
I'm able to offer a solution that is as robust as this chatting, but yet not don't have enough volume so that AWS can mess up with me. Now, you do. I will warn you though. When if you're going to do this test, please delete your AWS Connect if you're not going to use it. The reason is when you do have a phone number set up and a queue and you forgot about it, you went home, you did not try. What happened is there's so many telemarketing calls that comes in
mm.
on any of these numbers, and it goes to your queue, and now the other party knows that this is a queue, and the queue does not know that this is a telemarketing call. And what happened is it will end up billing you for that.
Oh, okay.
So I noticed that because I end up getting $90 bill because I kept that number on for almost a month. So yeah, pay attention to that. That's very important.
Okay. Thank you.
So I will send you some information about the CCNP and all the stuff that you mentioned. So you can, or you and I can take it offline and we can discuss about that. So we got
Yes.
a message from what feature is missing in AWS Connect compared to UCCE. Hmm. Um, I still think UCCE Finance is much more robust than AWS Connect. But then again, AWS Connect being cloud, so a lot of other partner is going to be coming up with a very fancy finance type of applications. Quite honestly, I do not think it's missing much because you can do everything with AWS Connect. Is it ready for enterprise? That I don't know. Uh, it may be because Capital One, which is one of the largest credit card company, they do use AWS Connect. Uh, Jyoti, I will send you the link. It's been up. Okay, you know what? Let me share the link for CCNP collaboration that has been uploaded on my YouTube channel. And feel free to join Voice Bootcamp YouTube channel. There's close to 300 videos available for you guys to enjoy. It is youtube.com/voice bootcamp. And for those who are, where is it? Where is it? Where did I upload the video? Okay, CCNP collaboration conference. Okay, there you go. All right, so I will share the link right here. That is the video from the last class. For those who missed it, is how to build a conference solution on Cisco. And can AWS Connect allows you to create complex script like we create VXML? Hmm. Um, something to find out. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. It's a good questions. I know VXML and Call Studio and CVP, you can create a very serious complex. Well, I think I know. Yes, you can using Lambda script functions. So the VXML script, you have to create some sort of JSON script equivalent. then you can achieve that functionality. I believe that is the way to go. Okay. Okay, so Cisco does have a cloud-based contact center that is called WebEx Contact Center. Something that I haven't had a chance to look at, but yes, they do have a web-based contact center as well. Will there be any agent application on their roadmap, or will it be only RTC? I think what Amazon is doing, they are relying on partners to come up with agent-based application, rather desktop application, rather than Amazon themselves creating it. So for example, if among you guys, if you guys, one of you guys are, let's say, a programmer, you can come up with your own finance type of application, agent based, and make it work with AWS. So I think that's what the Amazon's future plan is. All right. Any other question, folks? So we do have a solution architect associate class starting next Saturday, and sorry, next Sunday. We have AWS Connect starting every Saturday. If any of you guys are interested, feel free to email me at info@voicebootcamp.com. I will send you an information email out with the video link. If you guys don't have any other question, thank you very much. I am so hungry right now. I gotta go and eat because I've been up since 4 a.m. Has CCI collaboration content for self-study course been upgraded? We are working on that, Robert. Because of the lockdown, we did update it some. I will send you the link. I have your email address and I saw your email. I will send you those links, whatever we have available. All right. Will they okay, did you share the link? Shows the video not related to CUCM. Thanks to sorry, so shared the YouTube link shows AWS video. No, okay, what did I say, send it to you? Server went down. Oh, so weird. That is a very weird video. It shows CCNP collaboration by showing C. All right, so let me fix that. I will re-upload it. I apologize again. Let me fix that link. I did downloaded that properly, making sure that it is downloaded. Let me double check it. What am I? Videos. But yeah, it didn't happen. All right, sorry. Okay, so not here, it's probably downloaded somewhere else. So I will upload the right one and share it with you guys. I do apologize. All right, folks, have a good Sunday. Enjoy the weather. I know it's a little bit chilly in Toronto right now. I've been shivering since morning, and I will see you guys in next couple of weeks.
Yes, Faisal.
Yes.
Yes. As I was saying, I'm following your training from Stormwind.
Okay.
Yes, it's very interesting. But I would like to know. I saw a lot of videos saying that uh, if you would like to pass the CCNP, you have to choose the core and the CCLI.
CL core. CL core.
Yes, the CL core, and it's better to show the specification that is the claim, I think. ECAIM, for the specialization.
Yeah.
Yes, they say that it's better to choose that one, not other, to have your first CCNP collaboration. What do you think about that?
Well, I believe that you do have to